Animation Epic here. I haven't made one of these videos in a little while, but I'm here now, and I am making a new how to make your own cartoon. And this episode, I got a request, and it was by this guy saying, how do you make continuous movement like a fire? So today, I'm going to show you how to do that. Of course, I'm not going to use a fire because, well, that's going to take a little bit too much time. So I'm going to start off with a more simple thing, and you can go from there. So let's start off with something in Photoshop. So I'm going to go to File, New, Create. I don't know if you know this, but in some cartoons, when people are sad, their mouth gets all squiggly. Maybe something like this. But it moves. You get the idea, probably. And if you don't, you probably shouldn't even be in cartoons, because that is a very overused thing. So anyway, let's get started. First, I'm going to use a simple flat line. Remove the background, make sure it's translucent. Line 1. Save it as a PNG. Remember, save it as a PNG unless you do not want the background to be translucent. Making it PNG, make sure that the background is translucent if you set it that way. If you make it JPEG, it sets it as white as a default. So I'm going to save it as line 1. Now, I'm going to zoom in a little, well, actually a lot, and make it slightly more squiggly. And I'm going to erase the bits. Yay. Line 2. Save it as a PNG. Now I'm going to make an even larger one. Good enough. Line 3. PNG is important. Make another squiggly line. You call this art? Okay, line 4. And save it as a PNG. Now, I'm going to open up line 1 again, which is right here. Now we're going to make it go the other way. So since that was going up like that, we're going to make it lower. Whoever knew that a squiggly line could be so difficult? Well, not difficult, but overall time-consuming. I mean, if you want it to be good, you're going to have to make multiple of them. Because if there's just one and it's not moving, it's not going to look appealing. Now, never, ever use this piece of crap in an actual animation. Please. This is just a demonstration. Alright, now that we have our squiggly lines, we're going to go into Anime Studio, the program that this whole tutorial is focused around, along with the future ones. So please, we're doing this for Anime Studio, a Flash-like product. So now let's get started. Now for continuous movement, we're going to use a switch layer. A lot of you are going, huh, what's a switch layer? So let me get started with that. Under this yellow box over here, let me make this bigger so you can see a little bit bigger. I have a bigger screen now. So over here is the yellow box as always. I'm going to click on this. We're going to go to switch layer. Or switch, actually it says. So click on switch and create a switch layer. And once you do that, you're going to see a yellow folder with an arrowish thing on it. You're going to want to delete this Dunk Dexter thing because I don't even know why that's there. Anyway, so now we're going to import all of the lines that we created. Okay, so now I'm going to take all these and put them in the switch layer. You can just drag them one by one, whatever you wish. I'm going to set it to line 1. If you right-click on the layer, it'll give you a list of everything in the layer. So now we have line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, no 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to set it onto line 1. Now, I'm going to use a test subject, just to make it less awkward. So, let's choose a character. Decisions. I think that I will use... decisions. Lightbulb. We haven't seen her in a while. So now we have Lightbulb. I'm going to import some sad eyes to add the effect. size them down. I went over the sizing, rotating, and translation things in the last episode, which you can check on my channel, so go look at that if you don't know what that is, or even the basics. And I'm also going to add in some eyebrows. This is unrelated to the continuous movement, this is just setting up the character, which was, again, my last tutorial. So, now fixing these things up. Flip horizontally. Rotate more. And voila. Now we're going to take the switch layer, and we're going to move it above all the layers to put it in front. Now, a cool thing about switch layers, once everything's in the switch layer, you can, if you click on the switch layer, you can size every single thing inside that layer to the same perspective. So now everything is going to be that size. So now we have our line, put it to where it needs to be. And now we're going to get started. See on the timeline, you're going to go to the next frame. Frame 1. We're going to right click on the switch layer and click on line 2. And it changed. You can go back and see that it changed. Go to frame 2 now. Go to line 3. Now it moved up a little. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it by clicking on the last frame to set that the translation for frame 1 should be here. Now I'm going to go to the next frame and move it down a little. That looks better. Now I'm going to go to the next frame, right click, go to line 4. Once again, it moved a little continuously, so I'm going to set it, go to the next frame, and move it down. Now I'm going to go backwards. So I'm going to go line 3, set it, line 2, going a little continuously, and we're going to go back to line 1. Now, that looks okay. It moved a little suddenly here, so I'm going to move it over a little. It's not quite perfect. And now, when it goes back to normal, now we're going to go to our 6, 7, and 8s. And, you know, I'm setting things. 7. And 8. Okay, and now we're going to go backwards again. 7. Set it. Go down a little. 6. 6, 6, 6, 6. Set it. And now we're going to go back to the very beginning. We just did a very simple switch layer. Now, we're going to take this motion, copy by dragging and highlighting all these, copy it, go here, and paste it. Paste it. Paste it. Paste it. Now we're going to take all these. Paste. Paste. And now we have a huge amount. And now let's play back. Okay. That doesn't really look for what I was going for, because it's not really great. But you really get the idea of how I took different pictures and turned them into a frame-by-frame cycle that I can repeat. So that's continuous movement. Now, you could do this with anything, even more complicated things, which is what I was aiming for. I did something simple like this, just so you guys could get a better understanding and move forward from there. I use continuous movement in things like, as I said before, fire, maybe wing flapping, walk cycles, anything you wish. You could use it for anything you want. Just make sure to do it all in a detailed manner, not like this, because this is just pure crap. And I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Subscribe for more of them. There'll be more in the future. I'm sorry I haven't made them as often as I promised I would. But, very, very busy lately, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned.